Welcome to Cigar City Radio, Episode 12, the last podcast of 2016. I'm your host, Randy Ojeda, and making the magic happen is Jason Solanas.
Man, fuck 2016.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's not even bleep it.
No, I'm not.
2016, you can suck it. For our full library of episodes, head to cigarcityradio.com. You can also find Cigar City Radio on iTunes and Stitcher, and you can follow us at Cigar City Radio on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you to everybody that's been listening and supporting the podcast this year. We really appreciate all the support that we've gotten. It's been a joy to make these episodes and put them together, and we've got a lot in store for 2017. Can't wait to share with you. So keep listening, keep up with us, and we'll see you in the new year.
This episode of Cigar City Radio was recorded at the Blind Tiger Cafe in Ybor City. The Blind Tiger is a 1920s speakeasy-style coffee shop serving coffee, tea, vegan pastries, and more. With locations in Ybor City and Seminole Heights, check them out at blindtigercafe.com.
Our guests on this episode are Austrian-born Connie Calcaterra and her husband Frank from Tampa's very own DieAlps, one of Central Florida's most beloved bands, known for their waltz, Baroque pop-esque sound, which has gotten praise from Creative Loafing, the Tampa Bay Times, and USF Bulls Radio. Go Bulls. Their self-titled debut EP is out now on New Granada Records, and new music is on the way. For tour dates, music, and more, head to DieAlps.com. So here it is, Episode 12. Connie and Frank Calcaterra from DieAlps, right?
Correct.
I just learned that it's not DieAlps.
It's a very common misconception.
Yeah.
It's our fault.
What?
That's right.
It's just
Stupid
German.
name.
It's
Oh,
German
it's
for,
German.
for the.
Of course. So it's the Alps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But with emphasis.
Exactly. Connie, strangely enough, hates the name. She
Really?
hates-
I voted against the name,
Oh,
but
no.
I was outvoted.
Oh.
So
So just forget
Too
it.
bad.
Too
late
bad.
now.
It's a
Yep.
cool name though. It sticks when you hear it. I thought it was DieAlps, but
Yeah.
you know, I think it's the exclamation mark that gives it that
Right.
oomph. You know. But you guys are married, right?
uh-huh.
And how long have you been married?
We got married in 2010, so that will make it 6.5 years.
Oh, right on. And
Almost.
how long has the band been together?
I think 5 years.
5. Oh, so you
The
got married.
first-
You got married first, and then
Yep.
formed the band.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you fell in love through making music.
We kind of did, but
Yeah.
I mean, she moved here as an au pair,
Okay.
taking care of some rich family's kids. And she's here for a year, and then I met her just a couple weeks before she moved back.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah. And then I don't know. When we met each other, we just discovered that we're both songwriters, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, you write songs? Oh, I write songs too. Let me show you some of my songs, and maybe you show me some of your songs, and just kind of
That's so
developed
cool.
from there.
That's
yeah.
so cool. And I read that you've been writing songs since you were like 9 years old. Is that?
Maybe, well, songs back then. really bad.
We're not going to
really
ask for an
bad songs.
example. You don't have to.
If you want to call like 2-chord songs, then yes.
I mean, those are some of the
You gotta-
best songs.
you gotta start
It
somewhere.
wouldn't be punk rock without 2 chords.
It was pretty punk rock back then, I guess. Not many chords.
Yeah. But now, like your music is like this, like waltzy sort of like jazzy rock stuff, right?
Mm.
So it's gotten much more complex than the 2 chords that you started with. Is that right?
definitely, yeah, we're kind of people still talk about us as being a waltz band,
waltz.
which is kind of it is how we started out. I think all the songs on the
Mhm.
EP were
Yeah,
in
everything's
3/4 or
3/4
6/8,
time.
but
yeah.
we're not really that waltzy anymore, like our new stuff.
Oh,
So it's kind of
Things are changing.
yeah. Tell us about that. What's the new stuff like?
it's just more. There's some 3/4 stuff, but it's not so obvious. It's not like da na da na na da.
Yeah.
It's more hidden that it's 3/4, but and there's some 4/4 stuff, and
It's just, I think,
more straightforward.
because
Yeah.
the songs, our older songs, are mostly songs that I wrote back then, 10 years ago. And then just as a band, we have developed, I think, a lot. And we started, I don't know how to say, maybe collaborating more. Not,
Mhm.
I mean, we
Yeah.
still don't write songs as a band at the same time, but everybody just brings in different elements. And then I think we are just influenced by different things now, and so the music's changing,
So,
and it's more retro, almost more 90s indie kind of stuff that we're going for now. But
yeah,
not intentionally, it's just happening that way.
Yeah, I feel like the stuff I've heard from you lately has been like fuzzier.
Oh,
a
yeah.
little
Yeah,
grungier,
yeah.
a little heavier.
Not
That's
as,
cool.
Yeah.
And is this? And you're working on another record now, right? Coming out for 2017.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I guess
It's
you,
done,
you have to
actually.
really rush to get
Mhm.
it out.
Yeah,
in 2016.
we were trying to, but it's not gonna happen.
That's fine. 2016 was such a crap year. It's like just
Yeah,
skip
let's
this one.
skip that year.
Yes.
Just move on.
Move on
Yeah.
to 2017.
Yeah,
Oh.
which could be worse.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
That kind of the scary part about it is that the next year might be way worse.
Yeah.
But at least we'll have some new music from DieAlps to
Mhm.
to ease the pain a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And is that new record coming out on New Granada Records as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they've been your label pretty much since the band started, right?
Since the first EP was released. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And how did you link up? That's Keith Ulry, right? From,
Yeah.
He owns Microgroove also, record store in town for people that have never been to Microgroove. And he also owns New Granada Records. How did you link up with Keith?
So, I mean, everybody here knows Keith, but at some point we just noticed that he's kind of been stalking us.
Ah.
Or like,
Not like at our house or
that
anything.
guy. Not like that. Not like I'm taking a shower and he's peeking through the window. Not like that.
Yeah, I would hope
But whenever
Showing
we play a
interest is a
show,
better way to say it.
like Keith and Susie would maybe be there, and it's just like, okay, they've been to our last 3 shows. What's the deal? And then I'm like, they're kind of just checking us out and
Yeah.
stuff. And then eventually he contacted us and said, the guys have been watching you, kind of like you. Do you want to meet and talk? And
Yeah. So he did his homework. He really
yeah,
scouted you.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's weird. Yeah, because we weren't planning. Like, we didn't think that we would have a label. We were just going to put it out ourselves.
Yeah.
But has it helped, having Keith involved in New Granada to
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
I think just the fact that you're on a cool label,
Yeah.
whether you suck or not,
Well,
people
it helps
notice
not-
you a little more.
Yeah,
You know.
it definitely helps not to suck.
Yeah,
which you do.
that's you.
You do not suck. But, yeah, that could have gone the wrong way. But no, that's very cool. And it was, I just got hip to New Granada Records like a couple years ago, so I'm like late to the party. I know they've been around for like at least 10 years, right? I might be
20. I think.
20
Is it 20? Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm very late to that party, but it amazed me that there is a cool record label out of Tampa, Florida. That's
Yeah.
that's amazing. It's not the market you would always expect would
That's
have
true.
like
Yeah.
a kick-ass indie record label and kick-ass indie bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
We're very proud to be on it.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
awesome.
It's-
And you guys are kind of at the forefront of a lot of the cool indie bands coming through because you live here in Ybor City, right?
Yeah.
So, do you go to a lot of shows?
We try.
You hanging out?
We hang out. Yeah. Mostly, it's 9 times out of 10. It's New World Brewery.
Yeah.
They put on
And
some.
Crowbar.
killer
And,
shows.
sometimes we go to St. Pete.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Drove to Orlando the other day too.
Right on.
So
Yeah.
we try.
We try to get out
We
there.
try.
We're both
Yeah, we try
busy
to-
working folks, but
Sure. And it's tough to like work and be in a band and be, you know, in a marriage and, you know, have to have a relationship as well. You know, that's a lot of stuff to juggle. So, but what is it like working with your spouse and make music with your spouse?
I think it's really cool. I think it's cool. I think it's convenient.
Yeah, very convenient.
Like, I don't know. Some wives might argue that their husband is out all the time playing shows at bars until 3 a.m, but I mean, she's with me. She's right there with me.
Yeah,
you know?
that definitely helps.
So it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that it's hard sometimes to find people that, you know, like if you have an idea for a song and you really only have the skeleton, but in your mind or in your head, it sounds amazing. You can hear all different instruments, but you just hear on your acoustic guitar. It doesn't really sound anything like the final song. And I think showing that to some people and having them understand that it can be difficult. But when I show it to him, because he just knows me so well that if I don't really have to explain much, kind of just gets it by me showing him that. And I think it's just because you're just around each other and it just comes more natural or something. So it helps with the songwriting. It's like I used to show songs to my mom or dad back then, and they'd be like, I don't know if I like that. I don't know.
Because they would hear just the acoustic.
They would hear just that, the one thing that I was playing. And I'm like, no, you know, you need bass and drums, you need this. And here it's a big build-up or whatever. But they cannot. So,
but now you found somebody that sort of it seems like you have a shared vision for what you want the music to be. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's helpful. It's also helpful if you're stuck on a song and you have a sweet verse but no chorus, or you know, you can kind of pass it along and see if they have any ideas. Yeah.
Do you ever run into? Are there any issues with any?
So we're really honest with each other. I think if he writes something that I don't like, I'll say it, and vice versa. I was like, I don't know about that part. I'm not really getting it. I'm not really feeling. How about, you know,
it hurts a little bit, but you can get through it.
Personal, right? You know,
it's about the song first and foremost. It's not about criticizing the other person or at all. It's not about that at all. It's about trying to make the best song.
Because I could see how that could be rough. Because you know, as Jason will attest to, when we're creating and making stuff, I can be a little bit of a tyrant. You know, I get very. I want things done a correct certain way, you know, so, you know, Jason I can yell at all the time, you know, but I feel bad, like, getting into it with my wife if we were working on stuff, you know. No, she would win every time, so I wouldn't even, you know, it would become her project, which is fine. So, you know, I'm actually waiting when we have kids, we'll start like a whole like family band, I think, you know, just have,
there you go.
like, just really exploit all of our kids as much as we can while they're
start them young.
Yeah, you got to.
And everybody has to learn a specific instrument.
Yeah. And it's going to be predetermined, and they're going to have no choice or leeway. Like, that's just what they're stuck with. Yeah. But that's really cool. It's amazing that you found each other and you're able to make music together. That's really cool.
I consider myself a lucky guy.
Aww.
Yeah. We just got our like listenership has just gone up because everybody loves Frank's sweetness. We're opening up to new demographics after all our explicit podcast. Connie, you're from Austria, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Frank, are you from here? Are you from the area?
I'm from the Tampa area, yeah.
Tampa area, right on.
Yeah.
Born and raised?
Born in Clearwater, went to high school in Newport Richie, and then moved here in 2000 to go to college.
Right on. That's rare. Not a lot of people
that's
born
true.
and raised here stay in the area.
Yeah.
You know? But not a lot of people are from Austria here either. I don't meet a lot of Austrians.
Me neither.
In Florida.
I know one person.
You know one person?
That's it.
Whenever you see each other, is there like a...
No.
Like a, you know...
We only met each other once.
Oh.
I was 5 years old.
And that was it.
That's it. That's it. Nobody... I don't know. I don't have any friends.
Oh, no. No.
She's doing all right.
Yeah. This has turned into more of a therapy session, I feel like, too. Do you want to talk? You want to get more into the marriage? we can talk more about that.
Let's not do that.
But that's got to be rough. I mean, you're so far from where you grew up and where you're from.
Yeah.
You ever get homesick?
I can manage much better now. The first 2 years kind of tough, to be honest. But yeah, I'm okay now. I have a good job. I have I love the band, being in a band, and that's how I meet people.
Yeah, for
good
sure.
people. So that's lots of good people here.
Well, if you're listening and you're an Austrian musician in Tampa, you know who to contact. You know who to hang out with.
There's one choice.
Yeah, you have one option. That's it. That is it. So,
Oh my. Yeah.
so you guys are playing the show. What is it? Friday with Leary.
So apparently they're changing their band name,
Uh-oh.
and it's not gonna be Larry anymore.
But I've seen the Leary signs all
Yeah.
over the place.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
But
it's a
they're
really cool
going.
poster
They're
too.
going to come out with a new name on
Really?
the poster. I think today.
oh. So
So that's
be on the
all.
lookout for that. You'll have already seen it. The show, by the time this airs, the show will have already happened. So
okay.
This is more teaser. this is it's interesting. And is Leary and I don't. We don't have to talk too much about.
No,
Leary,
we can.
Are they also a local band or?
So no, and I think I'm allowed to say it because Kimmy Drake, who is in Beach Day, so that's her new band
Oh.
that she's starting with her drummer Skylar, and I think they just weren't really sure which name to go by, and I think I don't know, something happened, and I think the show got announced too early, or I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, they just maybe they
would be
just
their
didn't
first
love
show,
their
right?
name. I think it's their first
Yeah.
ever show.
That's really cool.
So yeah, so it's the secret's out.
Well, it'll definitely be out by then. 'Cause
Yeah.
like I said, the show will have that.
That's the show.
So you're not. There's no big spoilers.
Right.
Right. So that's all we know about. Honestly, that's all
Wow.
we know.
I wonder what
ourselves.
I'm so curious about what it sounds like. But that
Me
should be a
too,
really
yeah.
cool show for you guys.
I hope so. I hope people show up, even though they don't know who Leary is, or, you know.
I was hoping because Jack was putting that show together, and I think he was teasing like you'll never guess who's behind this
Right.
band or something. And I was like, is it Dennis Leary? Because that would be amazing.
It's the first Leary that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, I was like, Dennis Leary would be awesome, you know. But
Yeah.
I guess that's not the case.
Nope.
Beach Days, cool
Unless
too.
it's a big trick.
Yeah.
So I think it's Jack and then the Bolt Oxian. I
Yeah,
think they're
yeah.
co-hosting.
That's really cool. So you play a lot of shows locally in the area. You have any plans to tour or get out? Oh, you're getting very excited.
I'm so excited.
She's so excited about
We
what
just
she's about
bought-
to tell you.
We just bought a van.
Oh.
We just bought a van 3 days ago.
Congrats.
It's I'm so
After 2
excited.
years of talking about buying a van,
And then you
you probably
finally did it.
bought one. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now, yeah. What are the? Tell us about the van. This is actually a van podcast. So
Oh,
as
nice.
much as you can tell us
Okay.
about the van, would be
Tires are new.
Perfect.
500 miles on the tires.
what's nice
So-
decal on the side, flames.
The Ford
Wizard.
decal on the back has been removed. I don't know why. I don't know if we want to
It has
replace
a
that or
weird
not.
thing on top because it used to be a Google Maps van, and I guess it used to drive around and map out. all the
For real?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing.
There's a plug on the side. You can plug it into something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
I think you can teleport into the future.
Yeah. Well, it came from the future, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Wow. I'm a little nervous for you guys. You
Me
know.
too. We'll have to get it checked out. I hope it works out okay.
Yeah.
So, but that's the plan now. I mean, you didn't buy the van for nothing. You bought the van to go
Just
on
for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since the album is coming out, hopefully sometime during the first 3 months of 2017, and we want to, go on tour, play some out of town shows.
Yeah. Just a couple short tours probably.
Yeah.
Sort of 5-piece, and some of us have kids, and
Yeah.
it's tough to do a 2-week tour. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I'll do a few short tours.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
open up to maybe Savannah. Where else? North Carolina. And then the second tour is going to be a little further up, New York, Boston area.
Mm.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I'm so excited.
Should be awesome. We've never been
I
up
can
there.
feel
so.
the excitement. That's so awesome.
I'm like, I just want to go home and drive the van. That's all I want to do. I feel like
You're going to load it up with your equipment and then unload it.
Yeah. See, the thing, though, is by the end of the tour, you're probably going to be really sick of that van. I'm just
Yeah, that's true.
hate to break that to you. But right now, it's exciting. So we'll check in with you after the tour, and then we'll
See if we still like it.
See how you feel about the van.
stupid ass van.
Be careful what you plug it into.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so
I don't know what
amazing. It
happens.
has an electrical outlet on the side.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like,
Yeah, just set up in the van. That'd be
Yeah.
You should do that at like
Plug in
Southwest.
DieAlps.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's really cool. So there's a lot happening in 2017 is a big year for DieAlps.
The biggest year ever
the biggest
for
year.
us.
Wow.
And that's going to be it. That's our plateau.
Oh no. That's it. You're just gonna call it quits after that.
Probably just gonna, split up the band.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Now, you said the band is a 5-piece. So like what? How did you meet the other members? Like what? I think the band's gone through a couple different permutations from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I want to say everyone in the band except for us has been through Craigslist,
Oh wow.
which is, I don't know, it's just always there for you.
Yeah.
It always works. Yeah.
Was that like the other option for band names, like Craigslist?
Maybe. Yeah.
DieAlps is better than that, though.
Yeah, so our bass player actually has been with us from the beginning,
Wow.
Doug. So we found him on Craigslist too.
Wow. Shout out to Doug, and that's rare. I feel like the bass player is the member of the band that's always rotating. Like I feel like everybody's always looking for a bass player or a drummer. I guess really the rhythm section.
Drummers usually.
Yeah, it's hard to find a drummer and a bass player. I feel like.
Yeah.
But
We've been lucky with Doug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
yeah, he should not.
So
Well,
You should not. That's true.
He shouldn't, no.
So everybody's on board for this tour. They're all ready to
Mhm.
jump in the van
Yeah.
and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far,
So far,
no one's dropped out yet. So let's hope.
No. Don't say that.
yeah, we're just putting the kibosh on it.
Yeah. No.
That's so wild. So back to the new record then. Tell us a little bit more about. You said it was grungier, a little heavier, a little more 90s influenced. Full length
bit.
record because you basically just have the EP that's out, right?
Yeah, that's all we've done.
Oh man.
It came out in 2014.
Oh, so you're due.
Yeah.
You're due. You're
Yeah.
taking like a Tool break in between albums. No,
Pretty
Tool
much.
took like 7 years or something.
Yeah, they
so
took a little longer.
Yeah. So you have time. And where did you record the record?
Recorded it at Atomic Audio.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually worked there. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So we kind of did it ourselves
That's awesome.
with the convenience of having a studio.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
cool. You're a recording engineer?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been there for almost 2 years.
Sweet. So you get to work with a lot of other bands that are working on projects and doing stuff. What are let's hear it. What are some of the what have you been working on?
Oh, it's weird. It's a huge range of different genres. There's this band called Bad Blood, which is like a 70s kick-ass rock band with organ, and
Sounds cool.
they're really cool. I did a cool band called VIE, VIE. I think they are about to release their album, just a few songs, kind of emo stuff.
Emo's making
But
a
they're
comeback,
super,
man.
they're
So-
super talented, like
Yeah.
great singers, great drummer. What else did I do? Dons. Have you heard of Dons?
Dongs?
Have you heard of
no.
Wait, what?
Have you heard of Zulu Wave?
Zulu Wave? No. I
Zulu Wave. They were pretty big around here for a little while,
Yeah.
and they got rid of some members and started up a new band just so they could start fresh. Their album sounds great. It's not out yet. It's an EP, like 4 songs,
Yeah,
but that's gonna be really, really cool.
that's awesome.
I'm working on Empire Cinema right now.
Yeah, great band.
Yeah.
We should have them on the podcast. Empire Cinema, hit us up.
They would be happy to. I'm
I'm
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. So I always ask this of recording engineers because I've spent way too much time, I feel like, in recording studios. And how do you have the patience to record people's music?
Well, yeah, there are times where the music is, it's not your thing.
Whether even if it's not your thing, it's like recording. That's the thing I think people don't realize is like even this podcast with just a few mics, the time it takes to like process the audio and make it sound good is like it
It's-
really is
yeah.
time consuming.
It really is.
You're obviously magnifying that where you're tracking instruments and putting a record together. So,
Yeah, I think I was kind of scared starting it because it always took me forever. I mean, the EP, the DieAlps EP, we recorded at a house, and that was 5 songs. That took us about a year.
yeah.
Because I was, I was experimenting, trying to get better at my craft, and so I was kind of scared going into a real job doing this all the time because I thought it would take way too long.
Where you have like actual deadlines and people need stuff.
But what happens is you get into a groove and you find shortcuts and you just get faster the more you do it. So it's been good so far, and you also get paid for your time, which is great.
That's always good. Getting paid for time.
Yeah.
Is good.
Yeah.
That's very valuable.
Yeah.
But
It is a project though. Yeah, it's always a lot of work.
that's what I don't think people realize is like, and I guess the music industry is different now, where there's a lot of music that can be made very quickly and like kind of on your own and without a lot of stuff. But I mean, you said it took you a year to do 5 songs.
Yeah.
That's and then people don't want to pay for it.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
People are
I
like,
know.
oh well, it's just music. It's free.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's a lot of work and a lot of money for people who aren't fortunate enough to work at a studio.
Yeah,
Like it's
absolutely.
not a
That's
cheap
great.
process.
Yeah.
So it's
And then I feel like, I don't know, I find it sad, or I don't know, it just stinks when people do spend a lot of money on a recording but they don't just have quite enough money, and then they end up with something that could sound really good, but it's just not
Yeah.
right there. So sometimes I hear albums by bands that I think, oh my gosh, these songs are amazing, and they could be big or whatever. They could like really make it, or maybe not anymore. But because of the sound quality of the recording, they're being held back.
Yeah.
And that's
mixing and mastering.
Yeah.
exactly.
I
that
feel
can
like
ruin everything.
Yeah, I feel like that's where
Yeah.
people cut the most is like
Yeah.
mixing and mastering, and that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like mixing to me is another instrument, So
Yeah,
it's like that's
yeah.
one of the most important
Yeah.
parts. Of
And a lot of people don't understand that part of it. They think not everybody, but a lot of people think you record and then you'll be done in an hour, right? We can take it home on a CD and we'll be.
yeah.
I mean, if you want.
I could be done in an hour, but you're not gonna like the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fine tuning and a lot of stuff that, when you're working on it on the board, you can hear it making a difference, but you might not really hear it on the actual record, but it's there, and like it's almost a feeling at times
Right.
with good sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's not an issue that you guys are facing because you've got the studio.
Yeah. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
pretty fortunate. We understand that. We're pretty fortunate in that
Yeah.
respect.
And also, basically, if we don't like something, we can go back and redo it until we like it, which is nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I mean, you can overdo it, but
Yeah,
it's good to have that option.
yeah. Unlike some bands that have to just book time and what they do in the studio is what they do.
Mhm.
And then I think another thing that you have to deal with sometimes is, bands show up at the studio unprepared, and then it just wastes so much time trying to get the parts right.
Yeah.
And then they run out of money and time to finish the album the way they
There's a
had
lot of unprepared
intended
artists
Yeah.
that are still learning songs when they get in the studio.
Yeah. Which I mean is fine if you're like, the Rolling Stones or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can knock it
Yeah,
out in 3
yeah.
days, but
Yeah.
for most people, it's like you
Mhm.
really got to have your tracks ready.
Sure. Yeah.
Parts
Mhm.
down. So, but,
Be prepared. That's all.
yeah. But then there's
Yeah.
some people that like to write in the studio. I mean, I guess it's a different process, but hopefully you have enough money to get you through that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of that actually at
Really?
our studio now. Nobody that wants to write there. I mean, a lot of improvisation, like guitar solos and stuff,
Sure.
happens,
yeah.
but
But the songs are usually
the songs are written. Yeah.
Outside of music, you guys live and work here in Ybor City, right? You both work in Ybor City. I mean, you were saying that you worked at the cat hospital.
Yes, not in Ybor City.
Not in Ybor City.
I'm a cat nurse.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So, what is it like to be a cat nurse? Like,
It's cool. I like it. It's pretty, you're just surrounded by cats all day and they yell at you and stuff. And some try to bite you and some are really sweet.
I don't know. It sounds kind of scary.
Depends on how much you like cats.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I happen to really like cats, so I guess that's a plus. And then, yeah.
So you're the cat lady.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
somehow
is.
that just happened because I don't even know how that happened.
Did you just start collecting cats?
I do that too.
We
Yeah.
actually found a cat in Ybor, like a kitten, and that's how it all started. I'm pretty sure we have that cat now. It
Yeah.
multiplied into more cats, and then
And then I started working at an animal hospital, and then I switched, and now I work with just cats.
Just cats.
So,
Wait, so how many cats do you have? Like,
so we have 4 permanent cats, and
okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
really, thank you. And three foster cats that are looking for homes. They're the best. If you need kittens,
Yeah.
you know who to contact.
we actually like them better than most of our cats.
Yeah.
But we
They're
can't
really
keep them
sweet.
because that'd just be wrong.
I'd feel like an asshole
Yeah.
switching our cats for the kittens. I can't do that.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants the kittens, right?
Yeah,
They're cute.
yeah.
Yeah. So we have 3. So please.
Yeah. So talk to DieAlps, buy records and cats.
hmm
Yeah.
Cats are free.
Oh, the cat,
That's
there
free.
you go.
Yep.
The records you got to pay for though.
You get a free cat with every record.
I would do that. I would do that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It should probably be the other way around though. You think like you get a record with the cat?
A free record with your cat.
Yeah. If you get
We
a
can
cat,
do-
you should give them a record.
We can do that too.
Yeah.
If that helps getting rid of the kittens.
Whatever works. Right?
I'm willing to do almost anything at this point.
Poor
Yeah.
kitties.
Almost.
Yeah.
And what do you do, Frank?
Just audio engineer. That's my only.
We
That's
just
my
talked
only
about this.
only
I
thing.
am an idiot.
We'll cut it.
Yeah, we'll cut that. So yeah, so audio engineering, cats, and music. You sound like the awesomest couple ever.
I don't know.
Like, is that?
I mean, yeah.
Is your life even real? Like, do you just play music and hang out with cats and record audio?
Yeah.
Michelle's-
It's kinda- it
Michelle's
does-
losing it.
It does sound good. It does sound really good. Sometimes I lose sight of that because it can seem like work after you do it for a long time.
Yeah,
Recording and
everything does.
And after you scoop 5 little boxes every day,
Oh.
it's like,
Yeah.
Now that we're not hot sisters, I didn't know just how I felt until the dark eyes were on me, and I knew just what was meant to be.
I consider myself a lucky guy.